SCT is a company that's been going for around 45 years now. We're a privately owned Australian company. We predominantly use rail as our line haul mode throughout Australia. We have rail terminals which we've developed around the country. Have about 32 mainline locomotives, around 600 pieces of rail rolling stock, 250 plus vehicles, about 500 containers. And across Australia in any given week we move around 75,000 pallets. My role is the General Manager of Commercial. My main focus is managing each individual state and all the state managers we have reporting through myself. Transport's always been an interesting business, and for many years most transport companies would refer back to their standard terms and conditions and there was no cover, but we wanted to be able to offer our customers something a little different. Things do happen in transport, we don't like them to happen, but they do, and what we wanted to do is have a program in place where we're covered in some way, shape or form in case something went wrong. Administratively, it was a bit of a burden on our business because we needed people who weren't necessarily professionals in that field to be able to manage that claim process. And I think with FreightSafe, we've taken that away from ourselves and got a professional outfit in place who can look after that day-to-day sort of task. It's also a terrific commercial benefit to us if we perform well. I think it's a real good test for us as an organisation and a good measuring stick as to how we might be performing. So the information we get and the data we get, we can split it down to the states where consignments come from, so we can see how an individual state might be performing in relation to not only how much they've paid out in claims, but how much FreightSafe revenues generated, and therefore basically what sort of FreightSafe profits are generated from each individual state, and we can then get a gauge as to how they may be performing for their customers as well. Then the data that's available from FreightSafe becomes useful to us as a business because they can disseminate that information throughout our business and gives us the ability to take actions where required. Once it's managed professionally and we've got a lot of information available to us, we can then start dealing with the major issues. It's become part of what we do now. So when we have our sales and account management people out into the field, it's just what they do. It's an offer that is fairly now standard for us. It's made a hell of a difference to our business because we know that each claim from a customer is going to get dealt with in a very professional manner, but more importantly in a very timely manner. And that's as important because if something goes wrong, things that cause issues for both parties is if it lingers for a long time. And I think with FreightSafe, whatever the outcome, it happens quickly. You've got to deal with situations that occur, and having someone who you mightn't necessarily have thought of in the first place come in and take what can be a challenging part of the business away and deal with it professionally makes a big difference. So of course I would recommend it. Yes.